pal Michael here. Today is Saturday, August 16th, 2025, and I'm headed to a restaurant called the Elm Fork. Never been to it, so I'm going to try it out, get a burger, and let you know what I think about it. Come hang out with me. WRQI 702 mobile. This is a GMRS radio. I actually do have ham radio equipment in the door. I just can't dig it out right now. Also have some in my pack right now. But I not only use ham radio, I also use GMRS and another radio service I use for my volunteer work as well. But why GMRS? That just seems like a strange radio to be working with here. And GMRS is the General Mobile Radio Service. It is similar to ham, to where we have 5 watt to 50 watt radios, but it's only UHF, and you can talk to anybody in your local area using GMRS. It does require a call sign. Mine happens to be WRQI 702, but it does not require a test like a ham license would. But why GMRS? So I am an extra class amateur radio operator. I've been doing it for well over a decade now, and you can do so much with that. Talk to people all around the world. If you're needing to get a hold of somebody in your community, there's always somebody out there in the ham radio world to help you out if you have a need or something. But what about my family? What if my family's not all ham radio operators? Well, GMRS, its license is $10 for not $10, it's $35 for 10 years. And you do have to apply for it, and you get it on the FCC website. They don't require a test. But why would I want to get a GMRS license in addition to a ham radio license? And the simple answer is GMRS, or ham radio, is for your community. GMRS is for your family. What does that mean? My call sign, WRQI 702, if you are a family member related to me, you get to share my call sign. I can't have my friends share it, but my family members I can. So let's say you have a family and not everybody wants to get a ham radio license or has the ability to because maybe they're too young. So I got my own call sign, WRQI 702, and I can have my boys use it, my mom use it, my brother use it. If we're out as a family, we can all use that same call sign. They don't have to study, get a manual, and go through the whole process of getting an amateur radio license. But however, like you heard, that repeater was not monitored as closely as others are. There are some GMRS repeaters that are monitored a little closer, but not this particular one. This is for families. This is when families are communicating with family members, and that's the purpose of that repeater. There is a great way to get a hold of each other. Now, let's talk emergency communications plan. It's important that you have one. Ham radio being the ultimate, obviously, but everybody that uses the radio has to be an amateur radio operator or be with one physically to be able to use ham radio. GMRS, you can use that as your family's emergency communications plan, a backup plan, because cellular towers did go down. It does happen a lot. The only caveat with GMRS is if you live in a very northern part of the U.S., you may not be able to use a lot of the frequencies because there's a thing called Line A, and the reason for that is you don't want to be interfering with Canada. But down here in Texas, All frequencies are available. There's 8 repeater channels, and those repeater channels you can go up to 50 watts. So you can either do simplex or use a repeater. This repeater I just used just happens to be on a water tower in Littlewell. I have another one programmed bigger that is on top of a dormitory tower in Denton, a TWU. So great thing to have, especially for emergency communications. If something happens, you need to be able to talk to people. Ham radio is still going to be the ultimate thing.
North exit. Then slide right onto the I-35E north ramp.
I just realized how dark I am. I've even opened up the sunroof here to let in more light, and I'm still dark, so apologies for that. But this is one of those tall bridges that we have here in Texas. This is the 121 to I-35E north. And this one's not too bad.
Continue on I-35E.
Coming back the other direction can be a little nerve-wracking if you don't like high bridges. And I'm not the biggest fan of those. I don't know what it is, but when I was younger, heights didn't bother me as much. But boy, they tend to bother me a little bit more now.
Take exit 458A toward Farm to Market Road 2181, Swisher Road.
Another thing you need to think about with emergency communications is have a contact, an out-of-state contact, because sometimes if you're able to use a phone, but the circuit's calling people within the area, it's not working, have somebody out of state that you can make your point of contact if there's an emergency. So think about things like that. You know, have multiple things covered when you're doing emergency communications plan. In fact, rady.gov, READY.gov, has some great plans for you to use, not just emergency communications, but anything to do with a disaster or some type of emergency. Right over there is 35. We're on Tuberville Road. Angelina's right over there. I had Angelina's one time for a Christmas party. It's not the same Angelina's as the Colony. It's not the same exact food, but it is the same family. So they have several locations called Angelina's. It's just different menu. I'm going to try this place, which is the Elm Fork Tap House, and get a burger, see how it is. So my friend Caitlin is waiting on me today, and she highly recommended the Banditos, which is like a jalapeno popper. I'm going to do a half order of those, and probably will eventually get a burger, but I don't know what I'm going to get yet. But she did recommend one beer, and I'm going to try this beer. It's the Firestone Walker Cali Squeeze Blood Orange. So we'll see how that is. It's a wheat beer that is actually fruited. Alright, the beer arrived immediately. Have a fruited beer. There we go. Very different, very fruity. That's good. I love wheat beers. I love the decor in here. Little steer on the wall there. Kind of a Texas motif, I guess you can say. It's a nice little place. I don't know why I haven't tried it before. A little cowboy action there. Roping up some horses. Little penny farthing right next to those barn doors. I almost missed the buffalo over there. The poppers have just come in, and they are very different. They don't look like a full jalapeno like I was expecting, but we're definitely going to try them. Oh, actually, it's a little bigger than I thought it was. So. They're pretty good. Pretty decent. They're not smoky. I don't know why I think it's smoky. There's a restaurant called the Prairie House that has smoky poppers or banditos. They actually put them in their smoker, the mesquite smoke. These are actually pretty good. Kind of sweet, but not bad. Alright, something new, something different. I normally don't go to a restaurant like this unless I'm out to eat with somebody. Obviously, having a friend here who talk with you makes the world of difference. But as far as the noise level in here, I love it. I mean, you have a conversation of everybody around you talking, but you would easily be able to hear each other, as you're probably able to hear me just fine. I don't know, camera mics tend to pick up a lot more than my ears do, so. But how's the volume? What do you think? So that's interesting. Caitlin just came by. By the way, if you come here, ask for Caitlin if she's here. She's a great late staff person here. But they're actually sister companies with the Prairie House. And there's another company called, a restaurant called Crossroads that she mentioned. I don't know where it's at, but Prairie House I have been to before. It's over on 380 by Naylor Road. But they are great for breakfast. Get the banditos with the breakfast. Absolutely delicious. But this is really good. And they have an excellent brunch over at Prairie House. I've only been about 3 or 4 times there, but it feels like an old-timey house. It really does. Now, I like milk chocolate stouts. Caitlin told me about this one. You need to try it. It's called a Fat Elvis. And I was like, okay. So I tried a Fat Elvis. And it's a imperial stout with bacon, banana cream, and peanut butter and lactose. So this is it. I just tasted it. I was like, okay, sounds like a good thing. I didn't know what it. I thought it was gonna be like a imperial milk chocolate stout, but first thing that jumped out at me was the banana. Holy cow, does that have a strong banana. I don't know if I order it again, but I'm keeping the can because that is the coolest can with the Fat Elvis on there. I can relate. How cool is that? That's craziness. It's out in Martin House Prairie in Fort Worth. So it's in Texas. That's crazy. And my burger came in. This is the Rattler. And she asked me what kind of bread I want. She had like 5 or 6 different breads. But this is a jalapeno cheddar. And I didn't want fries again after having the onion strings, but I'm gonna have broccoli. She says she likes it. I'm guessing that's more barbecue sauce. Let's see. Yep, that's a sweet barbecue sauce. Very sweet. Take a bite of the burger. It's a bit of a messy burger. It's got a lot of that in there. A lot of the sauce in there. Good burger. Caitlin got me some water for the trip home, and oh my goodness, this camera does not do this justice. That is absolutely breathtaking. There's an even better shot of it right there. Camera just doesn't have the same colors. I-35 northbound looks horrible. It's a parking lot. Look at that truck right there. Oh, he's starting to move a little bit. We're right next door to the old Cinemark. It's now a church. I actually did an emergency preparedness fair there. I am so full I can barely breathe, and I am not exaggerating. I'm gonna start heading home here in a second. I did talk about emergency preparedness earlier in the video, just having a communications plan. Just have somebody, you know, outside the state that you can contact in case something happens. Have your ham radio license. That's going to be your best preparation there, but at least have a GMRS license. And even if you have your ham license, get a GMRS license. Whether you have family or not, it's important for you to do that. Because you never know when that's going to come in handy. But you know, be prepared. Go to ready.gov and see what you can do to prepare yourself. And on Sunday nights at 8:30 on this channel, 8:30 Central, and other channels as well, it's a multi-stream, I guess you call it, where we have it going to multiple channels at once. But join us for the Reich Chew crew. That's my friend Prep Ham Paul started that, and it's basically a Reich Chew is like having a conversation or something similar, and ham speak. Ham radio likes to have its own terms for everything. But the Ragchi Crew, it's on every Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Almost every Sunday night. We're going to miss here and there. But at least it's a great place to learn about ham radio, as well as other radio services. And we talk about general preparedness on occasion. So, you know, from water storage to food supplies to what do you do in case stuff does happen. You know, just try to be as best prepared. I mean, we're not going to be completely prepared for anything and everything. That's not reality, but be prepared as much as you can. Enjoy dinner. If you get a chance, come out here to the Elm Fork Townhouse. Hello, Elm Fork Tap House and Kitchen. Food was good. The wait staff was excellent. I've known Caitlin since she was a little girl, and love her to death. And she did an excellent job. I just saw her reacting and interacting with other people. They all loved her. So if you can get her, tip her very, very well. I said so. Please do. And just enjoy a meal here. But I gotta head home. Barely able to breathe. I'm so full. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care. Be safe. Bye. What am I doing? I never drank beer through a straw until today. I meant to put this in my water.